The frozen void of space held secrets that even the most advanced civilizations could not fathom. For 3 centuries, the galaxy had trembled under the relentless advance of the Void Swarm, a mechanical plague that consumed worlds and converted matter into more of their kind. What began as whispered rumors from the outer rim had become a nightmare that engulfed entire star systems. Captain Rex Matthews felt the familiar tingle of neural reconnection as his cryopod hissed open. The sterile air of the hibernation bay filled his lungs as consciousness slowly returned. Around him, thousands of other pods began their awakening sequence, each containing a member of humanity's last desperate gambit. The ship's AI, designation Atlas, spoke with its characteristic calm tone. "Welcome back, Captain Matthews. Current date, Standard Galactic Year 2387. Status, critical. The galaxy requires immediate assistance." Rex pulled himself upright, muscles protesting after centuries of inactivity. Through the viewport, he could see the scattered remains of what had once been the proud Centauri defense fleet. Twisted metal and dark energy signatures told a story of desperate last stands against an implacable foe. "Report," Rex commanded, his voice hoarse but steady. "The Void Swarm has consumed approximately 67% of inhabited systems. The remaining civilizations have formed the last alliance, but their resistance grows weaker by the day. They have requested activation of the human reserve fleet." The irony was not lost on Rex. 300 years ago, humanity had been considered the galaxy's greatest threat. Their aggressive expansion, military innovation, and refusal to bow to established powers had united dozens of species against them. The resulting war had ended with humanity's exile to the galactic rim, their most dangerous weapons sealed away, their warriors placed in cryo sleep as insurance against future threats. Now those same species begged for humanity's return. Rex made his way to the bridge, passing rows of awakening soldiers, engineers, and tacticians. Each face showed the same grim determination that had made humanity so feared. They had gone to sleep as exiles and awakened as saviors. Commander Lisa Park, his second-in-command, was already at her station when Rex arrived. Her fingers danced across holographic displays showing the current galactic situation. The map was a patchwork of red zones indicating swarm territory with small pockets of resistance marked in blue. "The situation is worse than we thought," Park reported. "The Alliance has lost their primary shipyards. Their remaining fleets are using outdated tactics against an enemy that adapts faster than they can respond." Rex studied the tactical display. The Void Swarm operated like a virus, each unit sharing information instantaneously across vast distances. Traditional military doctrine was useless against such coordination, but humans had always excelled at unconventional warfare. "Wake the ghost ships," Rex ordered. Full activation of the Phantom Protocol. Park's eyes widened slightly. The Phantom Protocol represented humanity's most controversial military development, ships that could phase partially out of normal space-time. The technology had been deemed too dangerous by the galactic community, another reason for humanity's exile. Across the hidden fleet, ancient warships began to stir. The UNS Defiance, flagship of the reserve fleet, powered up systems that had slept for centuries. Around it, smaller vessels took formation, each one incorporating technology that other species had feared to develop. The first test came at the Kepler system, where Alliance forces were making their final stand against a swarm vanguard. Dinayar, defending fleet, composed of crystalline Altarian cruisers and beetle-like Nexus destroyers, was being systematically dismantled by the mechanical precision of their enemies. Rex watched from the Defiance's bridge as his ships entered the battle. The Phantom Protocol activated, causing human vessels to flicker in and out of visible space. Swarm targeting systems, designed to track conventional matter, struggled to lock onto targets that existed only partially in their dimension. The tide turned in minutes. Human weapons, designed for wars against multiple species simultaneously, proved devastatingly effective against the swarm's standardized defenses. Plasma cannons carved through mechanical hulls while quantum torpedoes disrupted the enemy's shared consciousness network. But Rex knew this was only the beginning. The swarm would adapt. just as they had to every other challenge. Humanity's advantage lay not in superior technology alone, but in their capacity for creative destruction. Over the following months, human forces spread across the galaxy like wildfire. Each battle taught them more about their enemy, and each victory freed resources to continue the campaign. The strategy was quintessentially human. Instead of trying to match the swarm's coordination, they introduced chaos into every engagement. The breakthrough came when Dr. James Wilson, humanity's foremost expert on artificial intelligence, discovered the swarm's central weakness. Their perfect coordination required a quantum entanglement network spanning the galaxy. Disrupt that network, and the swarm would fragment into manageable pieces. The final assault targeted the network's hub, a massive construct at the galaxy's core that had once been a peaceful research station. Rex led the strike personally, knowing that failure meant not just humanity's destruction, but the end of all organic life. The battle was unlike anything in recorded history. Reality itself seemed to bend as human ships phased through dimensions while swarm defenders threw everything they had at the attackers. When the network hub finally collapsed, the effect was instantaneous. Across the galaxy, swarm units suddenly found themselves isolated, their hive mind shattered. In the aftermath, as Alliance species began to reclaim their worlds, Rex stood on the bridge of the Defiance and considered humanity's future. They had saved the galaxy, but at what cost? The same qualities that made them effective against the swarm would eventually lead to new conflicts. The galaxy had learned an important lesson. Sometimes the monster you fear becomes the hero you need.